Hello everyone. In the last video, we just spoke about what are prerequisites for MERN Stack, and in the prerequisites, we have seen three key technologies, that is a JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. And in this video, we will get to know about what is a MERN Stack and why we use MERN Stack and what key technologies involved in the MERN stack. There you can see in the MERN name itself, we have 4 letters, that is a MERN. M means it's a MongoDB, and E means Express.js, and R means React.js, and N means Node.js. So these 4 technologies are involved and together make a MERN stack. The first one is we used for document database, that is a MongoDB, and the Express.js is the framework of the Node.js, and React.js is client-side JavaScript framework or library, you can say. Node.js is a JavaScript web server. And here the MERN stack actually construct 3-tier architecture. Like we used to these terms, right? Like a front end, back end, and the database. To make a product, any type of product, end to end, let's say Amazon, Flipkart, or whatever it is, we need this 3-tier architecture. Like the front end means whatever you are seeing on the screen, and the back end, like whenever you, like let's say suppose when you try to log into your Amazon website, Amazon account, you will enter your password and the email ID, right? And if it is correct, it will allow, right? So once you enter your password or email ID, it will go to some server, right? And it will validate. So that we can say it is a backend, and all the data like your details or your email ID or whatever it is, it will store at some place that we call it as a database. So this 3-tier architecture makes a MERN stack. Okay, so that is the MERN stack meaning is. So it involves 4 technologies, that is a Mongo, Express, and React, Node. Okay, so in this diagram you can see the first top tier is a React.js, that is a front end. Here you can see this is the web, that is a front end, and this is the React.js, and this we used for the front end development. And here the second tier is a server. Like let's say suppose you have the browser means your front end, and from the browser you will just open your web page, Amazon, Flipkart. So that is a front end, whatever the browser you are seeing on your whatever web page you are seeing on the browser. And here the front end will communicate with the server, like that is a backend, you can say. The server and the database together, you can say it is a backend. And in the server you will be having 2 technologies. For implementing the server, you will be using 2 technologies in the MERN stack, that is a Node.js and the Express.js. And the full is like this width, you can say it is a Node.js, and inside you have the Express.js, and Express.js is the framework of the Node.js, you can say. And there is a down tier is the database, that is a MongoDB. Like like you will be having a much data, right? User will be having a data, kind of email IDs, passwords, phone numbers, or images, or whatever it is. So everything should be stored at some point, right? At some place. So that we call it as a database. And the database which we use in the MERN stack is MongoDB. So entire application, if you want to build entire application, you need these three things. That is a web, front end, server, and the database. So with the MERN stack, we can say we can build one application end to end. Okay, that is the purpose of the MERN stack, and it is involved 4 technologies: React, Express, Node, and MongoDB. And we will deep dive into each one of the technology here. Okay, and we will discuss about each individually. Before that, I just wanted you to show you like how this happens. Okay, let's say here, if you are like we knows, right? So we will go to the Amazon and we will do many things on this, and we will browse through some products. Let's say pen. So pen drive, pencil box, and all these things are coming, right? How this is getting displayed? Okay, so this is like whenever you are searching something, right? And whenever you are searching, and all the related products like pens, okay, similar products are coming, and it is getting displayed here, so that we can just go through this and we will place order. So we are doing that, and whatever you are seeing here, right, this is a front end. So this is the front end, whatever like you are seeing many things here, right? Like category, pens, refills, stick. So there are many things which you are seeing in front of you. So whatever you are able to see and whatever you are able to interact with, so that we call it as a front end. Okay, and whenever you are searching for some product, right, let's say it is auto recommendations, you can say let's say mobile. I'm searching for the mobile. So whenever I'm entering this particular keyboard, and in the drop down, it is getting like a similar words, right? Mobile stand, mobile phone, mobile pen, like this. So this data, from where it is coming? It is coming from the backend. Okay, so whenever you are searching for some keyboard, this data is coming from the backend. So there it is involved, like the front end is communicating with your backend and trying to fetch this data. Okay, that is where like this 3-tier architecture will communicate. Okay, this is interlinked with each other, like this will communicate together. That is the communication here. Okay, that is the communication. See, the front end is communicating with the server, and and the server is also communicating with your database, and also vice versa, like that. Okay, so let's dive into each technology in simple terms. So the React.js is the top tier stack that is in the MERN stack, and it is a declarative JavaScript framework, and it is used for creating your dynamic client-side applications in the HTML. Okay, so in the previous video we have seen, right, and to make a front-end application, web application, we use the HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript, right? And the React.js is the framework of the JavaScript itself. Okay, or the library also, you can say. So with the React.js, you no need to write HTML individually. Okay, you will just create directly React.js scripts. Okay, and React.js is also nothing but a JavaScript only. Okay, but it is similar to the HTML syntax. And why React.js is, and React.js lets you build up a complex interfaces. Okay, like whatever you are seeing in front of you, the front end, and the front end makes in the React.js only. Okay, like there are many applications which we can see nowadays which built in the React.js. Let's say suppose the Facebook. Okay, Facebook, if you go to the Facebook is built using the React.js. And the Instagram, WhatsApp, the Netflix, and all these famous applications which are built in the React.js. Okay, and the React.js is the library and which is maintained by the Facebook. Okay, so that is a one key factor of the React.js. And nowadays you can see there are like React.js is very popular among front-end front-end technologies. Like there are many other technologies, right, for the front end. To make the front end, there are Angular and there are Vue and the React.js, and among them React.js is very popular. Why? Because the React.js trends, and the React.js is a front runner in the job market. Okay, and it is most required technology for companies, and it is a single page application. With the React.js we can make a single page application. What is a single page application? Means previously, like whenever you wanted something, like let's say first time, at the first time whenever you just enter, suppose you can enter amazon.in. Okay, you will get only one page, let's say the sign in page. If you want home page, you have to sign in first, then after if you are authenticated successfully, then you will get the home page, right? So for getting the home page, again you need to send the request to the server to get the home page. So that we call it as a, like every time you have to communicate with the server to get some particular page. But in the single page applications you will get everything at once. Okay, suppose let's say in the Amazon website. Okay, in the Amazon, if you go to the Amazon website or the Facebook website or whatever it is, so everything, whenever you search for amazon.in, okay, and everything, like whatever required things at the first place, okay, in the home page, let's say, okay, everything will be coming at once. Okay, you no need to particularly ask server to get something. Okay, so that we call it as a single page applications. With the React.js, the single page applications we can make very efficiently, and it is a front runner. And also more developers nowadays are choosing a React.js. Why? Because of the simplicity the React.js is providing. Also React.js is much faster when you compare with other existing frameworks like Angular, other Vue, okay, and any other web development front-end technologies. React.js is much faster and it is simple to use. Because of these reasons, React.js is much popular and it is a best fit for many organizations to develop their front ends. Okay, and there is a lot of scope for the developers who learn React.js. Okay, and React.js is growing faster in every year, and there are many features are releasing in the React.js by the time. Okay, so we strongly say that React.js developers will be having a bright future bright future for the industry. Industry needs React.js developers nowadays. Okay, because of all this flexibility React.js is provided to us. Okay, so this is a main important technology nowadays industry required. Okay, also there are many famous applications which we are daily using. Okay, Indian Times website, or Facebook, WhatsApp, Insta, like these all are Twitter. Okay, all these websites is using a React.js. Okay, so it is better to use a React.js for the front end. Why? Because it uses a concept called the virtual DOM and other features which React.js is providing. Okay, so in the MERN stack we use React.js for our front ends, and here you can see React.js is a leading pack among all the front end technologies are available. You can see this stack, right? Statistics. So almost 40.14% is using a React.js. Then you will be having all other frameworks also, like a jQuery, Express, Angular, Vue. Okay, and so there are many things. Okay, but here the major portion is taken by the React.js. The next tech stack is the next tier, you can say it's a server tier, and that is the Node.js and the Express.js. Here we have to discuss mainly the Node.js, right? So we know about the front end. So everything whatever you are making here, like whether front end or the back end, everything, these both are the JavaScript only. Okay, and here in the browsers, like we are seeing, right, in the browsers we are seeing whenever you are just going to the website like Amazon or Facebook or whatever website it is, you are immediately seeing these things, right? The images and the HTML or whatever it is, right? And whenever you are trying to click here the cart, you are going to some page and here you are seeing something else. So this is because of, and we already discussed in our previous video, that due to the JavaScript. Okay, so this everything whatever we are seeing in the front end, that is a front end JavaScript, you can say. Okay, similarly we can also do the JavaScript in the back end. That is there is the Node.js and the Express.js is. Okay, the Node.js is a cross-platform and it is a open source backend JavaScript runtime environment. We can run JavaScript, okay, in this environment. Okay, running a JavaScript in the Node.js, you can say. Okay, it uses the V8 engine and there we execute the JavaScript outside of the browser. Okay, and inside the browser, like you can see there like inbuilt in the browsers there is a V8 engine or some compilers, JavaScript compilers or transpilers are built in transpilers we use. Let's say in the Chrome we use a V8 engine. In the Mozilla Firefox we use a some other engine. Okay, so some for every browser there is a different compilers or transpilers all built in combined in the browser itself. So the same thing on the backend side also, we run the JavaScript code in the runtime environment called the Node.js. Okay, and here the Express.js, and the second thing is the Express.js, and Express.js is a framework of the Node.js. Like if you take a React.js is a library of the JavaScript, right? And why these JavaScript frameworks are the libraries? It will simplify our work, right? So there are built-in packages, ready-made packages we can directly use. So that is what the framework or the Java library is. The same thing in the backend also. If you want to create some server or if you want to do something in the Node.js, with the plain Node.js, you have to do everything from the scratch and it is a bit difficult. So that is the reason Express.js came into the picture, and it simplifies the work of, and it will minimize your work and minimize your code for doing many things at the backend. Okay, that is the reason we say it is a Express.js is the framework of the Node.js. Okay, and Express.js having a powerful models for URL routing and handling your request which client sends. Okay, and that is about the Node.js and the Express.js. And nowadays you can see with the JavaScript frameworks in the front end, there are many applications, okay, which are using the Node.js as their preferred backend. Their backend is written in the Node.js, many applications, okay, and because of there is a much more popularity is growing in among the developers, okay, and it is very easy for a developer like both to handle the front end and the back end, and there is a well communication also, because the Node.js and also the front end React.js, if you take, they both are frameworks of the JavaScript, so it is very easy for developers to understand and communicate with each other, like front end and the back end developers. Also, who wanted to learn backend, like suppose the front end developer can learn the backend, so it is very easy for them to easily move to the backend. Why? Because the JavaScript, Node.js and the React.js, they are just a JavaScript frameworks, and you don't need to learn newer technology, okay. So that is a flexibility which is provided by this both frameworks of Node JavaScript, that is the Node.js and React.js and the Express.js, okay. And efficiently both teams, the front end team and the back end team, can work together, okay, and to increase their performances, okay. And here you can see Node.js is a leading pack among your backend technologies. Here you can see Node.js is almost 49%. It is taking place, okay, and remaining all the technologies, you can see how much percentage it is taking. So that is the reason we prefer the MERN stack. In the MERN stack, we implement our backend in the Node.js, and the down tier is the MongoDB, that is a database. Or whatever you do, like in the front end, you will be having a much data. Let's say in the front end, if you want to apply for something, you will just to go through the website and you will fill your data and submit it, right? And whenever you are submitting your application to something, like for the exams or for job applications, okay, whatever it is, it will go and store at some place. So that is where the database is, okay. And whenever, like if you again you will log in, right, you will log in and you will track your application, and you will able to edit your details and everything, right? So how this data is coming, okay, so this data is coming from the backend, that is a database, okay, and there is a MongoDB role is, okay, and it will just create your data as a documents, and it will store somewhere, and your server will just communicate with your database, and it will just trigger some actions and retrieve your data and sends to the front end, okay. That is the communication between the front end, back end, and the databases, okay. And MongoDB is bit popular among all the databases, and it is a NoSQL database, okay. And with the MongoDB, it is very easy for us to do the documentations and to do the data management with the MongoDB, because it is a NoSQL database and it is a document model, and there are much flexibility we have in the MongoDB. And in our MERN stack, we will be dealing with the MongoDB for our database management. And here you can see MongoDB statistics is a bit lower when you compare with the Node.js, okay, and it is used for 27.7%. Okay, so yeah, this is all about our MERN stack. What is a MERN stack and what are key technologies are involved in the MERN stack. Okay, in the next video we will just talk about why we have to choose the MERN stack and what are the job roles involved in the MERN stack, and all the details we will see in the next video. Thanks everyone.